Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 3 of the National Treasure playthrough series. And in this episode, we will be taking a look at the Japanese entry called HIDEKI. I will eventually find the designer names for this and add them in the comments, but at the moment, I'll just go with the course name. So the one that we're doing is HIDEKI, which is the Japanese entry for this competition and the third entry in this series. So as is normal, I'm just going to go in and see what conditions we'll be going with, which is let me just put the wind on low, which I like to do, just so that the wind's not much of a factor, and the factor is usually the course. Now, the conditions that we're going to be going with, our fairways are going to be normal, greens are going to be firm, the green speed is fast, the time of day is noon, the weather is overcast, and the clouds are on. We will be going for the back tees, which is, in this case, will be the white tees at 6,927 yards. And as always in these playthroughs on this channel anyway, we will be going from pin set 4. Try and make things as hard for ourselves as possible, just to make it more interesting. So here we go. The conditions used have already been explained, and off we go to start the third episode. Actually, just going to turn off the desktop audio. There you go. Turns that off so we won't get the same thing going through twice on the same video. So hole 1 is a par 4 measuring 405 yards. Did it well. Solid shot. Whilst recording this video, I'm in the process of preparing the last episode to go up to YouTube. Solid shot to start with. And a good result. Birdie on the first hole. And a nice way to start the second hole is a par 3 measuring 199 yards. So it's just a 6-iron, I would suggest, with the wind as it is and the roll out from the 6-iron. Hit it a bit harder than I intended. It's going to come off and straight into the rough. Not exactly what I was looking for there. It's certainly not what I was looking for there. Way too hard. So this looks like it's going to be an immediate drop shot, ladies and gentlemen. The first one I've had in 1 and a bit rounds. So very disappointing there to get a drop shot. Normally I miss one putt and get the par on the second, but not on this occasion. Drops back to even. as we come to the third hole, which is a par 5 measuring 516 yards. Into a slight tailwind, so I would expect this to carry a bit further forward. And it has done, 331 yards, leaving, I would say, just a 7 iron into this green, given the fact that the wind is helping. 105, which means I slightly overhit that again, but should have gone maybe 8 iron if I was going to hit it that hard, but sensible nonetheless, and he reaches the green in 2, and he's got a chance of a 3. So, solid. This time, 1 putt to get both these bogey got back on the last hole and get an extra stroke. He moves to 2 under. So it's effectively where he should have been after 2 holes. Hole 4 is a par 4 measuring 451 yards. And this is a nice comfortable drive again. Solid. We're disappointed with the amount of times he's missed the target with the driver today. In the earlier round recorded this afternoon, he was also doing that on a couple of holes. Hasn't got his approach play going at the moment, although that has taken a nice spin back and is giving him a decent chance of holding his position. The damage still at 2 under after 4. Hole 5 is a par 3 measuring 157 yards. I am just going to be aiming for the centre of the green and not particularly going for the pin, because the pin's awkward to get to. Boy, these greens are running a bit further than I would have liked, but running a bit firm. 171 they are, so to make that adjustment, didn't really check that. Could have done, but it went. Oh, it almost went in anyway. Would have been a nice way for that hole to finish, but stays where he is at 2 under par as we move to hole 6, which is a par 4 measuring 423 yards. I'm just going to be driving this down the pipe. Looks as though it's one of those holes that you can be aggressive with. Well, you needed to be over 100%, and he wasn't there. Came up a little bit short than where he was intending. Solid. Ran it in just a little bit too hard. But played it nicely. He's at the back of the green. He's giving himself an opportunity. Solid again, if not spectacular. If you look at his card, he hasn't done a lot in this round, but he's staying in there. Hole 7 is a par 5, measuring 519 yards. Nice wide fairway, prompting me to have a good go at this. Disappointed with that. Looking for a toe. Determined to miss the bunker this time, but he's not going to. Oh, he is. 76. That's going to be too hard. 69. Looks like the better shot. A bit of forward momentum. A bit more extra on that than he was looking for, but it's actually unlucky it's spun back that far. But you can see why, because of the slope up there. That was a good weight, just needs a better line. It's a good line. So, good. That was a good effort there. But it's been a solid round so far, if not spectacular. Hole 8 is a par 3, measuring 148 yards. It's that fell off the green, it was a little bit wide. Solid return. He will make. He hasn't quite reached the turn yet. He will do after this hole, which is a par 4, measuring 478 yards. Solid again. This time he does reach the fairway and gets it pretty much spot on from where he was aiming. That looks like another solid shot. Struggling on shot weight at the moment. Remember, he is, for your information, playing without a distance control assist. So he's able to hit a full shot despite what's it, 2, it's at least 4 foot down. No, he wants to go a fair bit as well. But that wasn't quite what he intended. Seven, 1, 4. $133 was 471, ladies and gentlemen. And into just a short wedge into this green. better control this time. Again, just a bit further than he would have liked. Should be making... Means he's miscalculating the read across the bottom. Solid. This par 4 that measures 429. And slightly overrated, but it shouldn't be much of an issue. Isn't. 12 is a par 4 measuring 447 yards. And 3. Solid. Again, pretty pleased with that. Just a short wedge in. It's going to go 1, 3, 1, 4, 2. I'm just going to club down just in case I haven't done already. I have done by 2%, so it shouldn't bounce too far. And it hasn't done, and it's left me an uphill putt. Stay at the position. It's a good effort. Just didn't turn as far as he anticipated. Just turned it back in a fair bit further. And this will be set 2 under par. So not a spectacular round on this occasion. But doing enough at the moment. Hole 13 is a par 3 measuring 178 yards. I'm just going to be hitting in fact I'm going to be hitting a 6 iron because the wind is in too. It didn't carry as far as it would have done. Shot, probably the best approach shot he's had of the round. He actually looked at the conditions on that occasion. Solid. Gets only his 3rd birdie of the round, ladies and gentlemen. Or 3rd earned shot of the round. The other one was an eagle. It's also had a bogey in there as well. A very in-out performance in this round as we come to a par 4 that measures 415 yards. Started again. Stays at 3 under. Hole 15 is a par 5 measuring 549 yards. Now, can we get something to kickstart this round? Certainly with a drive like that we can. 105%, 331 yards. And we've certainly got a chance to attack this green too. I'm actually expecting the wind to do me a favour. You played for the wind to do me a favour, which it will do. It's brought it nicely into the centre of the green. It's got that for a eagle 3 correction. So if the wind does him a favour, it does, but he wants to turn it back over. Did it well, but the question played it just a little bit too far, but he will get a birdie, back-to-back birdies to move to 4 under. Sorry, not back-to-back birdies, but birdie, par, birdie in the last 3 holes to move to 4 under par. Hole 16 is a par 4 measuring 324 yards. There is a slight headwind and it's also going to the left, so that's why I'm going to turn it over. So now the wind, ball to stay on line despite the wind. Good shot there, 67 yards, left in. I'm just going to be dropping this in the go. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the other conversion. I will be back to that in a second. That's the previous episode. Finished converting. And a nice solid shot coming in. And this should put into 5 under par. Nice. Back-to-back birdies. He's got 3 birdies in 4 holes. And he's finally starting to get something out of this round. Here we go. Hole 17 is a par 4 measuring 447 yards. I'm just expecting this to run a little bit to his left. Well, it's actually a wind that's going to his left. So he needs to go with the wind, with the shot. And he's played it well. Played it very well, in fact. He's got 110 yards. He's going to do the same on the approach shot. He's going to go with the wind. He's played it beautifully. Played it beautifully. Sorry, with the wind on the aim, and he's played it beautifully and just fell off the front end of the green. It was a pretty good effort. Just overhit that slightly. That's what he was aiming for, actually, just to get it up onto the green. And this will be to stay at 5 under par. And in it goes as we come to the last hole at 5 under par. The last hole being a par 3, which you don't see very often. But this one measures 149 yards, and it's a headwind, but there's no adjustment of line, it's just adjustment of length, seeing as the wind's not pulling it or pushing it anywhere. So just thought it was an adjustment of length. He did slightly overhit that, even though he adjusted its length. And he's safely aboard this 18th green with a chance to finish on 6 under par. But it's a chance that he couldn't unfortunately take. So disappointed with that. So he ends on 5 under, a much better back 9 than the front 9. The front 9 was a bit hit and miss, but again, I enjoyed that and thoroughly enjoyed the playthrough. And hope the viewers that see this in time will do as well. But that brings this video to an end, ladies and gentlemen, and I shall be back very soon with the next course in the series, which is still to be determined, but that's going to come up shortly, ladies and gentlemen. But that brings this video to an end, and as always, thank you for your support, and thanks for watching.